Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1985 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's matchup is between the Detroit Tigers and the Milwaukee Brewers at County Stadium. On the mound for the Tigers today is Jeff Robinson, whose record is 8-6 with a 4.04 ERA. And pitching for the Brewers is Danny Jackson, whose record is 4-7 with a 5.18 ERA. Okay, we had a 4-game sweep of the Angels at home. We wrapped up the month of July, and we won our first game of August. So a good start yesterday from Teddy Higuera. I think you would agree that it makes all the difference in the world when you actually have a starting pitcher that you can rely on. And we felt fairly positive about David Cone. And Dan Petrie is among the league leaders in many categories. But whenever Teddy Higuera takes the mound, I immediately feel like we're going to win. And with yesterday's ball game, our offense was the thing that really let us down. And also our defense, for whatever reason, continues to make errors when we are clearly a better rated defensive team than our opponent. And yet they don't give up errors and we do. I'm not going to sit here and just complain about that. I mean, I could do that for an hour. But what does frustrate me is even with our best possible pitching performances, we cannot really make up much ground against New York or Boston. We are 2 games back, which is certainly better than I would have thought we'd be on the beginning of August. But we don't have a lot of depth. We've traded away a lot of our players, and that's sort of screwed us over. So I want to point out one thing that I'm giving some serious consideration to doing. You may remember our good old friend Bert Blyleven, who started the season with us this year and then got injured. He's only got 7 days left with his broken ankle, and then he will be available to pitch again. Now, over this period, his rating has dropped from a 73 to a 67. And a 67, is terrible. I mean, we all agree 67 is terrible. And yet we have Mike Pagliarulo with a 70, who's hit 11 home runs, So I think I'm going to sign Bert Blyleven to a minor league contract, let him pitch in the minors, and then call him up for a September call-up, unless we suffer an injury to our starting rotation, in which case he'll come up and be in the number 5 spot and just give us some innings, So I don't know. I think that's the only thing we can do because we don't have a 6th starter to rely on. Maybe Dan Schatzeder could fill in as he's done earlier this season in a starter's capacity, but I don't think we want to rely on taking one of our good bullpen arms out and sticking him in the rotation for more than an emergency start, for example. So, okay, so there's my thoughts and what I'm planning on doing here. We have the first game of 3 versus the Brewers, and we're facing our old teammate, Danny Jackson. He's going to be on the mound. We have our lineup in there versus lefties, and then our good buddy, George Brett. I would imagine will be in the lineup today versus Jeff Robinson. So let's go ahead and get today's game started. As always, I appreciate everyone following along. Like and or subscribe to the channel. We will be doing another giveaway somewhere between game 120 and 122. This is game 107. So we're going to announce the official contest pretty quickly. Maybe by Monday morning. Today's Friday. We'll have a contest in line. So stay tuned for that. You must be a subscriber to the channel in order to get in on that. So be patient and be ready to go, and we will start taking contestants for the duck race on Monday, let's say. Okay, we've got Jeff Robinson on the mound. He has been hot trash on the mound for maybe 3 or 4 starts now. All of our bullpen is available today. We're probably going to need them. And then there's Danny Jackson. He's a left-hander. And we have our lineup in there versus lefties. Doug DeCINCES rated a 65, will get his first start as a Tiger at third base, and Dougie Baker will go in and play second base. Lou Whitaker's batting barely over 100 versus lefties this year, so Billy Sample will be in left field as well, as Jim Eisenreich will get the day off, and we'll move Kevin Bass to right. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and do the lineup rundown officially for the Tigers. Batting leadoff in center field is Willie Wilson. Batting second at shortstop is Barry Larkin. Batting third and catching is Damon Berryhill. Batting cleanup at first base is Rusty Tillman. Batting fifth and DHing is Terry Kennedy. Batting sixth in right field is Kevin Bass. Batting seventh in left field is Billy Sample. Batting eighth at third base is Doug DeCINCES. And batting ninth at second base is Dougie Baker. Okay, Danny Jackson, it's good to see that he's continuing to pitch terrible. In fact, he's actually doing worse than he did when he was on our team. We traded him over about a month ago, and he's making his fifth start with a 1-3 record, a 5.68 ERA, continuing to walk more than he strikes out, and the opponents are batting .326 against him, so he's given up hits and walks. His fastball tops out at 89 miles an hour, ground ball percentage is right around 51%. His slider, that's his best pitch, rated an 86, his only good pitch, really. Overall rated an 84, the 23-year-old lefty is arbitration eligible at the end of this 87 season. And just looking back, I don't know where things went wrong for him. In 83, we called him up in September, and he went 3-0 for us. And since then, he's been 6-9 with an ERA well over 4. So I don't know what the problem is with Danny Jackson. I would think, based on his ratings, sooner or later he's going to bounce back, but who knows when. Here is his 4 starts with the Brew Crew. He did beat Baltimore. And that was his best performance. He gave up 5 runs, but only walked 1. That's really the key for Danny Jackson. Okay, take a look here at the defense. The field is a little cockeyed, as County Stadium is here represented by whatever Brewer Stadium is called now. It's already slipped my mind. Yeah, so we have a terrible outfield. Ortiz in left, below league average. Of course, we know SKUBE in center cannot be counted upon. And right field is Dick Davis today. No, not Dick Davis. Who's this Davis? Mark Davis is a call-up. Oh, yeah, because Dante Bichette is injured. Then third base is someone named Lee. Terry Lee getting the start at third. And behind the plate is the catcher, WRONA. Okay, here we go. Willie Wilson leading off against Danny Jackson. A line drive right back at Jackson. Oh, and he drops it! Oh, no. Danny Jackson already giving us a nice little gift. All right, so Wilson's on first. We're not going to steal here. We are back to stealing and hitting and running and all that good stuff. But I think I'm going to just play this out, see what happens. Here's Barry Larkin, ball 4. You can hear the crowd already getting on Danny Jackson. It's so great to be on the other side of the field from Danny. First and second, nobody out, and Damon Berryhill's at the plate. Berryhill hitting better than when he first joined the team. There's a line drive to right. Wilson will tag and go to third. And it's first and third, 1 down. We will hit and run. This is a good hit and run situation. Get the base runners going. No pop-ups, no strikeouts. And a base hit to right field. Tillman goes oppo for a single, and it's 1-0. Detroit, an unearned run, and all the subsequent runs will be unearned. So Danny Jackson's ERA is still actually technically coming down. First and third, one out. We'll let TK swing away. He hits lefties pretty well. Batting .289 and a 3-0 count and the ball 4 to load the bases. Danny Jackson is struggling. Bases are juiced for Kevin Big Head Bass, batting .310 versus lefties. 1-0 count. And a comebacker to Jackson. Throw it away. Oh, he goes home and gets the force. And this will be a guaranteed out, so. All right, we got one. That's going to carry deep enough to be caught. Oh, it's going to fall in. Oh, no. Billy Sample. Billy. With a base hit, knocking in 2 runs, all unearned. I'll take our runs any way we can get them, but that's nice for Billy Sample. Average at .313, picking him up off the free agent wire. Just like Doug DeCINCES in his first at-bat in a Tiger uniform. First and third, 2 down. Hot shot to first. And there's out number 3. This is going to be a high-scoring game as we take a look here at the Brewers lineup. Then we'll take a look at our punching bag. Batting leadoff in right field is Mark Davis. Batting second at second base is Craig GREBECK. Batting third and catching is Rick RONA. Batting cleanup playing first base is Mark McGWIRE. Batting fifth at shortstop is Ernie RILES. Batting sixth in left field is Javier ORTIZ. Batting seventh in center field is Bob SKUBE. Batting eighth and DHing is Dick Davis. And batting ninth at third base is Terry Kennedy. Okay, Jeff Robinson. He does lead our team in innings pitched. We got to give him that much. And he's made every start this year. This is his 22nd start. He's 8-6 with a 4.04 ERA, 69 strikeouts in 124 2/3 innings pitched. Opponents are betting .253 against him. His fastball tops out at 89 miles an hour. Ground ball percentage is 50%. The splitter rated an 88 and a fastball rated an 83. Overall rated an 87. The 23-year-old righty is arbitration eligible at the end of the 87 season. Look at his log. Let's see here. He's coming off a loss to the Yankees, a win over Baltimore, lost to Baltimore, no decision versus Baltimore, and then a couple other losses. He was on a stretch there where he was giving up a ton of runs. He did break that up with one start versus Baltimore, but I think we have to assume he's going to give up at least 4 runs today. So we're going to need to score more off of Danny Jackson. Take a look at our defense. It's not great, especially the left side of the infield. Doug DeCINCES and Barry Larkin are not very good defensively. And in left field is Billy Sample. And behind the plate we have Berryhill today. These are all primed for defensive replacements late in the ballgame. Okay, Mark Davis just called up, as I mentioned in the pregame, taking over for Dante Bichette. There's a third hit back to the pitcher. We're not even through 1 inning yet. Robinson does make the play. 1 out. Next up is Craig GREBECK, batting .327. No home runs, and Robinson strikes him out. So 2 quickies for Robinson, and here's the catcher, Rick RONA. 1-2. And a pop-up on the infield. Baker at second makes the catch on the grass. We go to the top of the second inning. Danny Jackson threw 23 pitches in the first as the Tigers almost batted through the lineup. Number 9 hitter Doug Baker will lead off. Strikes out. 1 down. Willie Wilson striking out the check swing. 2 down for Barry Larkin, and a ground ball does not get through. Picked off by the second baseman GREBECK, and a 1-2-3 inning. So that's a good bounce back inning for Jackson. We go to the bottom of the second, and Mark McGWIRE will lead it off. McGWIRE waiting on that curveball. Just missed it as he flies out to the left. I would imagine Willie Wilson probably took that one. One out. There's a ground ball to short. Larkin making the play. 2 outs for Javier Ortiz, and there's the first hit for the Brew Crew. So a single for Ortiz is averaged up to 258. That's going to bring up Bob SKUBE, 0-2, and Robinson strikes him out. Second K for Jeff Robinson. We go to the top of the third inning, and Berryhill will lead it off. He's 0 for 1 today. Another comebacker to the pitcher. That's so stupid. Can you do anything other than that? Ground ball to third. I guess that is anything. That's 6 in a row for Danny Jackson. So did we get our 3 runs? That's it. TK popping it up. Dumb. Dick Davis. He's popping it up. Baker. I want to show you something about Baker. Like, this was kind of shocking. Baker is bad at every defensive position he's played this year. A negative range at second, where he's at today. A negative range at third, where we started him at the beginning of the year instead of George Brett. And at his actual spot, he's devastatingly bad. At shortstop, he's made 6 errors and has a fielding percentage below 9. So anytime he makes a play, we got to feel good about that. Here's Terry Lee. 3-1 count, popping it up to Larkin. 2 down, and we're back to Mark Davis. Base hit the center. Gotta love the 2-out rallies. This will be a walk, I would imagine. No, first pitch swinging. And a stolen base by Mark Davis. So this is where they get a run on the board. He's 2 for 4 on the year, Mark Davis. Is Craig GREBECK really going to drive in a run? No, I guess not. Ground ball to first. Oh, they knew it had to happen. That run had to score. He would not have stole second base unless that run was going to score. So, I mean, there's no surprise there other than Tillman booting it. Now, will they get, now they have a real RBI guy up. So, will they drive in this run? That was unearned. A line drive to third. DeCINCES makes the play. So, an unearned run against Jeff Robinson. I mean, it's just stupid. God, this game is just so predictable. And another comebacker to the pitcher. There's 6 assists by the pitcher in this game. It's so dumb. Wow. Danny Jackson absolutely mowing the Tigers down now. That's 3, 6, 9. It's 10 in a row from Danny Jackson after his error that let in 3 runs. This is usually the inning in which Robinson will go suck a lemon. Not Chet Lemon. Ernie Riles flies out to center. And Javier Ortiz hits a home run. 3-2. There's no way we're going to win this ball game. Yeah. I mean, there's no chance. And a pop. And a 50-50 chances that it's an error. Nope, we get out of it. Okay, so the solo shot by Ortiz, his 10th of the year. Tigers are up and run. Top of the 5th. Danny Jackson is in total control. Oh, unless you give up one against Doug Baker. That's pathetic. Doug Baker with a double. His 10th of the year. That's a career high. And the leadoff man in scoring position. Try to hit to the right side for Willie Wilson. He bats .336 versus lefties, and he can't get a hit off of Danny Jackson. That was a perfect pitch to hit to the right side. That's so stupid. Oh my God, this game blows. Another error on the pitcher, allowing a run to score. Every run but one today has been unearned. Okay, we haven't stolen a base intentionally in a while. We had one yesterday, but that was... What was that on? A missed hit and run or something? So, Willie Wilson, he's been on 11 stolen bases since May. He's been thrown out 9 times. A curveball, and he's thrown out on a freaking curveball. What is Rona's arm? Is it an 88? 87. Yeah, baseball mogul sucks so hard. Oh, and a gapper by Berryhill. Another useless double. His 10th as he for joining the Tigers. That's actually not too bad. His OPS is almost to 700. If you stretch it a little bit. Okay, we got the 1 run back thanks to another error by the starting pitcher. Did Danny Jackson have any errors with us? We'll have to check that. All right, can Jeff Robinson get through 5 innings? I'm going to say no. 4 strikeouts and no walks. Man, he is so due for a walk. 0-1 to GREBECK, popping it up. An error? No. And then Rick WRONA, 0 for 2 today. 1-2 count. And a base hit. So here comes the 2 runs. McGWIRE 2-run home run. No, he strikes him out. Well, that's about all we can expect from Jeff Robinson. He gave us 5, and he's given us the lead. Well, Danny Jackson's given us the lead. TK, he is struggling. That's going to get his average under 290. That might be the first time all season it's been that low. There we go. Kevin Bass taking a very rare walk, except for this week. That's the first walk that Jackson has issued since the first inning. Bitter. A wild pitch gets Bass to second. I mean, that freaking Willie Wilson stolen base, we have not attempted a stolen base in 3 months, and we attempt one, and he's thrown out. Why wouldn't you ever choose to do it? Willie Wilson, one of the best stolen base guys in the history of baseball. And Dougie. He's got nothing left in the tank. All right. Robinson coming out of the ball game. Only gave up 1 earned run in 5 innings. 6 hits, did not walk anybody. That is a very good performance. We're going to bring in Schatzy. He gets out lefties and righties, I think, right? Well, not really. And yet somehow he's got good results. All right, Schatzy into the ballgame. I really need us to get 1 more inning before we bring in defensive replacements. Let's see. Ernie Riles batting .345 versus lefties. That's insane. It makes no sense. And here comes the runs, folks. Javier ORTIZ. Yep. 1 shot away now. Is it going to be SKUBE? Tying the ball game. No. Intentionally walking Dick below the bases. And we're going to play back for a double play. Now I wish I had better double play guys in there. Terry Lee batting 118 versus left-handers. There's nothing we can do about it. A comebacker to shot center. Will he go home? No. Why would he go home? The other team goes home, but not our team. All right. Jeff Montgomery will come in. First and third, Mark Davis, who is, come on, 1 for 3. 3-1. Wilson will make the catch. 4-3. Doug Baker does take a walk. Hit and run. Let's stop screwing around here. That'll get Baker to second. How is this game going to allow Danny Jackson to pitch its entirety without giving up one earned run? This means his ERA is intentionally being lowered by the game. All of a sudden, he's pitching the best game of the season. Baseball mogul does blow. There's no doubt about it. There's a run. That's the first earned run. We need it. We're gonna need it. Well, when you think about all the comebackers to the pitcher, and there's been a lot this game, I think half of them have resulted in errors, right? So maybe the game does understand that. I don't know. Okay, bottom of the 7th. Montgomery's going to stay in the game. Taking it into his own hands here. Rick Rona. Fly ball. Get to it. Get to it. 2 down, and Mark McGWIRE 1-0 count. And there's this home run. So they get the run back. How many is that for McGWIRE? 21. The creeper coming in to face Ernie Riles. Oh, okay, the game's over. That's fine. Let's just get it over with. Nothing we can do to stop it. Just let them have it. I mean, there's nothing you can do but push the button. Either the game is already decided or it hasn't. Billy Sample, another big hit from Biller. A triple. He's got a double and a triple today. Well, that'll do it for Danny Jackson. They're going to bring in Bobby Thigpen, a really great reliever in his time. At one point, held the record for the most saves in a season with 59. I think K-Rod broke that record with 63. So he's going to come into the game. DeCINCES will come out for Mikey Pags, since they are platooning. And Pags is a better defender. 2-2. Didn't matter. Okay. Small sample size coming out. Eddie Milner coming into the game. Eighth inning. Todd Fisher coming in. He is our setup guy. He gets the job done. Looking good this year. And he's going to face Dick Davis. Okay. Nothing we can do. Terry Lee flying out to left. I guess we could guard the lines. That's one thing we could do. Mark Davis, 1-2. Striking out under the wrists. Craig GREBECK, 1-0 count. And a 2-run home run by a guy that's 5'4". This game was over before it started. Catcher steals second. None of it matters. The game was over before it ever started. Brian Harvey coming in. Baker will come out for Lou. Wrap this game up. And Berryhill wrap it up. Tigers lose 6-5. Why bother stealing? Why bother doing any of that other stuff? None of the hit and runs, none of that stuff helped us win today. All the errors back to the pitcher. I mean, just an absolute abortion of a game. And we've lost another game back. Yeah. I mean, a loss is fine, but the way this game destroys any happiness you could possibly have about it is just so, I don't know. I feel like I should just relish the fact that I'm allowed to get my anger out by playing this godforsaken game, but it is just an absolute turd sandwich. Nothing even here for transactions. Jay Buhner had a 24-game hitting streak. Gene Pence is going to miss a week. All right. Pull up the box score and get out of here. Just an absolute piece of garbage sim. Normally I would just say, fuck it. I'm not giving anybody a player of the game, but Billy Sample kind of earned it today. He had a single that drove in 2 runs thanks to the error. And then he had that triple, which I did not expect him to ever do. Todd Fisher takes the loss, but he didn't have a choice. The game was already over. Craig fucking GREBECK hit a home run. His first career home run? His first career home run. What a surprise. The 5'4" second baseman hit a game-winning home run in the 9th inning off of our second best reliever. That's why Baseball Mogul sucks. Okay, I feel better now. Till tomorrow.